4 prisoners disappeared from this frozen prison in a single night. No alarms, no broken gates, no footprints in the snow. By morning, their cells were empty, and to this day, the guards still don't know how they escaped. Because this isn't an ordinary prison. It sits in the middle of a frozen wilderness, where temperatures fall to minus 71 degrees. The cold alone can kill a man in minutes. Searchlights sweep the yard without stopping. Guards patrol the towers through blinding snowstorms. Escape here isn't just impossible, it's suicide. But one prisoner begins to see the prison differently. While the others stare at the ground, trying to survive the cold, he studies the system, the cameras, the guard patrols, the slow rhythm of the searchlights cutting through the storm. Inside his freezing cell, he begins testing the walls, one quiet tap at a time. Most of the stone is solid. But then, he hears it, a hollow sound hidden behind the frozen mortar. And suddenly, the impossible doesn't seem so impossible anymore, because if there's empty space behind that wall, there might be a way out. And if he's right, 4 men are about to attempt the most dangerous escape this prison has ever seen. Right now, beneath this frozen prison, men are digging a tunnel through solid ice. And if the guards discover them, they won't survive the night. For weeks, the prisoner has watched the guards from the shadows of his cell. Every patrol, every turn, every moment the corridor goes empty. 12 minutes. That's all the time they have. But timing alone won't open a path to freedom. They need chaos. Out in the snow-covered yard, 2 prisoners exchange a silent glance. Then suddenly, the fight erupts. Fists swing. Snow explodes into the air. Guards rush in from every direction, shouting through the storm. But the fight isn't real. It's the distraction. While the guards struggle to control the chaos, another prisoner slips away. He moves quickly toward the maintenance shed. Inside the dark room, frost covers the shelves and tools. His hands grab what they've been waiting for: a screwdriver, wire cutters, and something even more valuable: an old blueprint of the prison's underground pipes. Minutes later, the tools pass quietly from hand to hand, hidden beneath coats, smuggled back to the cells, and when the prison finally goes silent for the night, the digging begins. The first strike hits the frozen wall. Stone cracks. Dust falls into the darkness. The tunnel is real now. Night after night, they dig deeper beneath the prison. The ground fights back like solid iron. But they refuse to stop. Handful by handful, the dirt disappears into pockets, then vanishes into the snow outside. The tunnel grows, slowly, dangerously, until one night, their tools strike metal. A hollow echo rings through the darkness. Pipes. Old heating pipes buried beneath the prison. A forgotten path that might lead beyond the walls. And above them, the storm is getting worse. Wind howls against the towers. Searchlights struggle to see through the snow. The prison is slowly disappearing into the blizzard. Back inside the cell, the prisoner stares into the tunnel they've carved through ice and stone. He takes a slow breath and whispers just one word: tonight. Because in a prison where the cold kills everything, the storm might finally set them free. The storm arrives just after midnight. Wind howls against the prison walls. Snow blinds the towers. For the guards, it's just another brutal night. But for 4 prisoners, it's the only chance they'll ever get. Inside the cell, the prisoner moves quickly. Pillows under the blanket. Clothes arranged to look like a sleeping body. From the doorway, it looks perfect. Then he pulls down the poster from the wall. Behind it, the tunnel waits. Cold air rushes through the hole. One by one, the prisoners crawl into the darkness. The tunnel is tight, barely wide enough to move. Frozen dirt scrapes against their shoulders as they push forward. Above them, guards patrol the yard. unaware that freedom is moving beneath their feet. Minutes feel like hours inside the tunnel. Every sound echoes, every movement risks collapse. Then suddenly, a crack. Frozen earth breaks loose from the ceiling. Dust fills the narrow passage. For a moment, no one moves. If the tunnel collapses now, they will be buried alive. Slowly, carefully, they keep moving. Ahead of them, the tunnel meets the old heating pipes. A rusted metal corridor hidden beneath the prison. For the first time, they can stand, but danger isn't over. At the end of the pipe tunnel, a narrow vent leads outside. One prisoner climbs first, carefully pushing open the frozen grate. One by one, they climb out into the storm. The blizzard is so strong, the prison yard is barely visible. Only one obstacle remains: the outer fence. Snow has piled high against the metal wire, hands shaking in the freezing wind. The prisoner pulls out the cutters. One snap, two snaps. The wire slowly opens. Searchlights sweep across the storm. Timing is everything. The moment the light turns away, they climb, and one by one, they disappear over the fence, into the endless frozen night. Morning comes slowly to the frozen prison. The storm is still raging. Guards begin the daily roll call, expecting another ordinary day. But inside one cell, something isn't right. A prisoner lies motionless beneath the blanket. The guard steps closer, pulls the sheet away. Pillows collapse onto the bed. For a moment, the corridor goes silent. Then the alarms explode. Sirens scream through the prison. Red lights flash across the frozen walls. Guards race through the corridors as the entire facility locks down. Minutes later, they find the tunnel, hidden behind a poster in the wall. A narrow hole leading deep beneath the prison. Searchlights sweep across the snow-covered yard, but the storm has erased everything. No footprints, no tracks, no sign of where the prisoners went. Helicopters rise into the sky, searching the endless wilderness. Their lights scan the mountains, the forests, the frozen rivers. But the storm hides every clue. Miles away, deep in the white wilderness, a lone snowmobile engine roars to life. A figure disappears into the blizzard. The prison becomes nothing more than a shadow behind him. And by the time the storm finally clears, the 4 prisoners are gone, vanished into the frozen world. But when the guards inspect the tunnel one last time, they discover something strange, something impossible. The tunnel is only wide enough for one man to crawl through, which leaves one question the prison still cannot answer. If only one man could escape, what happened to the other 3?